Hi, and like Jennifer said, I'm Bryan Auxier, and I'm the Innovation Coordinator at Paintsville Independent Schools, and also fortunate enough to be a part of the group. And it's a very good group to learn a lot from. Like Ms. Aker said, we can learn a lot from each other, and I think we have. And we've had some really great discussions, and not been afraid to help each other with our schools, and try to talk about the things that work for us and things maybe that don't work for us. And the project that I decided to do at Paintsville Elementary and Paintsville High School was something that kind of we started talking about last year in our next generation academy teachers, and I have one of those with me today, Miss Stephanie Tiller, who teaches 5th grade for us. We started talking about trying to not necessarily go paperless, but to use less and less paper in our classrooms. And so we decided to really try our best to make that happen. And so what we did is we used our ARI money, our one-to-one initiative money, to help what we call seed money to start a one-to-one initiative in our school. And so what we did is this year school, along with the ARI contributions, school and the high school contributed equal amounts of money. And so with that, we purchased 180 Chromebooks that we put in our classes. So what's going on this year is that every language arts class in our high school has a set of Chromebooks, 7 through 12. And our language arts teachers are using Google Classroom in their classes. And it's going really well. They're using the Google Classroom. We were able to get Andrew Castle, who has had a lot of Google training from KVEC. He came and did PD with our teachers this summer in July, because we bought our Chromebooks early so that we could get them in the hands of our teachers so that they could practice with them and use them. And Andrew did the training for us, and then he's also come back and done follow-up trainings during the school day with our teachers and our kids. And so we've been able to expand that a little bit. At the high school, we also allow kids to bring their own device with their using the Google Classroom. And so we've had several kids purchase Chromebooks, but also kids that already had iPads could use those, kids that had laptops could use those, and so we're getting kids to bring those in and use those as well. So much, in fact, that at the high school we've already had one social studies teacher start implementing Google Classroom, even though the plan is to next year to give social studies classes a class set of Chromebooks. She's already using it with the kids that bring their own device, and we actually got some old computers and we imaged them with some software called Chromium, which mirrors, or it's very similar to what a Chrome operating system is like. And so they're using those old computers for the kids that don't have theirs, and it's working out really well. And so that's expanded on. But at our elementary school, all of our 6th grade classes have Chromebooks. So we have one for every child in 6th grade. And in 5th grade, in Miss Tiller's room, there's a class set, and so she's using the Chromebooks in her math classes. And she's also, she just completed a capstone project with the Win Math, where those kids were able to work online and use that stuff. And so she's also using the Google Classroom along with our 6th grade teachers and our 5th grade teachers. And so we're really making that move toward using less and less paper. Now, we're not there yet by any means, but we've really made a good first step, I think, because we've got so many people involved, and we're getting more and more. I get calls a lot of times at school from parents saying, you know, where can I get one of those Chromebooks, or what kind of device should I get for my kid? And so we're moving in that direction, and so I think we're heading in the right way. It's been a real fun treat, and we just plan to expand more and more as we go. And so does anybody have any questions about that? If you want, Ms. Tiller will answer whatever you need to know. No, but she is doing a good job, and all of our teachers have taken a real good liking to Google Classroom, and you know they're getting better and better every day when they use it.
So Bryan, you talked about Andrew coming over and training. How many days of training was that?
He did a 2-day training in the summer in July. He came and did 2 days with our teachers. We did one day where we just kind of talked about how we can use Google Classroom and Google Drive and Google Docs and slides and all those Google apps. Then the next day, he came and we tried to go ahead and help teachers set up their classes. So really the first day was kind of like a present kind of thing, and the second day was more like practice, where we really got in there and we were doing this and we were doing that, and then we had Andrew, the expert, there to help us, which is one of the ways that we say we really want to teach our kids, is not just present so much, but actually let our kids work and then we be there to support them. And that's kind of what Andrew did for us. And then he's come back, I think at least 3 times maybe, and he's been right in our classes with our kids, and our teachers. And so when they're doing things and they've got questions, either the kids or the teachers, he's been there helping them with that. So the training's been really not your traditional kind of professional development and professional learning, but Jennifer says that's okay. You don't have to do it traditionally, that professional learning. And so it's been a good way to do it. So and KVEC's been very helpful for us.
Have you noticed an increase in student engagement?
Yes. Yeah, the kids like it.
Yeah.
They really.
I've just finished the quiz. I teach math, and I put a quiz up, and when they were grading it, they thought that was the ever. They had to work it out in their notebooks, but then got to choose multiple choice. I graded it, and they thought that was just different.
Yeah, but the kids are they're excited, and I had an English teacher the other day say, she's got kids reading that they want to read on the book, but they don't mind to read a PDF copy on their Chromebook, which is different, and so I think it definitely has made our kids more engaged, and they're just comfortable with that, and it's to be surprised, the kids will do it right on their phone. I helped a student just Monday or yesterday print out a full-page essay that she had written on her phone. She did the whole thing on her phone, and then we printed it out wirelessly, and she did the whole thing on her phone, and maybe or maybe not she would have sat down and written that, but she just used her thumbs and typed that thing on her phone in class over 3 or 4 days, and then printed out her paper. So we're changing.
I think too, because the high school, Andrew's been up there quite a bit with the middle school and high school. At the elementary, we've seen parents more involved.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because we set up their accounts, their email accounts, and that's how they go through. And we don't know their passwords. So their parents have to know the passwords, and they're all excited because they can get on and check homework and know what's going on. That's been a big help.
Yeah, and I get those emails. I have my son's in Miss Tiller's class, and I get emails saying, this is what he's got to do today. And so, when he comes home, he says, you got any work? Well, it says you got this. And he said, oh, I got that done. And he usually does, but but we can check, and so it's a neat situation. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.